Hello, Flosstube. We are coming at you again on a Tuesday, so still not recording on Saturdays. Not for lack of trying. I was gathering everything, getting ready to record on Saturday, and then I just kind of... I don't know what happened exactly. But, this is probably going to be another really short one. I'm wearing my headphones because I think that it picks up better on the microphone than the microphone on my phone. I've also got my phone tilted a different way, so I'm hoping desperately that it looks a little bit better on the screen. So I finally got my Taylor & Cromwell box, so I figure we can go over that together. This is not an unboxing. I have already seen everything that's in here, and that's mostly because no one wants to watch me fight with packing tape, and no one needs to hear me scream in the decibels of which I hit when I opened this box. I am a huge Agatha Christie fan. I cut my teeth on Agatha Christie. I watched David Suchet's Hercule Poirot. When it was on PBS, they did almost like a mini series, and David Suchet was just the most amazing Hercule Poirot, hands down. I have not seen any of the new movies just because I am so terrified that they will not be as good as what I remember. So I've read Murder on the Orient Express. I've read a bunch of Agatha Christie stuff. Miss Marple, Hercule Poirot is probably my favorite, and it's why I have a problem sitting down and reading like cozy mysteries, because like cozy mysteries are too cozy. After you read Agatha Christie, you're like, no, give me the full bore. I don't need cozy. I like the plot lines of cozy mysteries, but I need them to be more something, without being straight up true crime. So this is what you get. This is the August Agatha Christie subscription box, and you get a whole bunch of stuff. So, we're going to start with this. This is Death on the Nile. It is a needle minder, but, I mean, they did some pretty amazing detail on that one. So that's the needle minder that you get. You also get the Murder Agatha Christie book needle minder. So that probably changed. So some people probably got a different needle minder than I did. I got Death on the Nile. We did get a Murder on the Orient Express scissor fob that is all bendy and weird, but there's the little choo-choo train, and I love these beads. These are gorgeous. I will definitely put these on a pair of scissors, or as I'm more like to do, I have a tendency to put them on my project bags. Most of the scissor fobs that I have come from Taylor & Cromwell. So I got the needle minder, and I got the scissor fob. You also get this cool spooky pouch, which will wind up becoming either a pen or a makeup pouch. It could almost be if I have my project in a different thing, I could definitely use it to carry. I couldn't quite fit a small project in there. Actually, my Halloween in the Round project might actually fit in here. I'm not 100% sure, but we got the spooky pouch, and I really love it. It's just spooky trees. And then we get this, and so it's 3 separate bookmarks. One is, in the midst of life, we are in death. Bless ordinary everyday afternoon tea, and I have learned to save myself useless emotions. And I'll show you what you get inside here, because Taylor and Cromwell do a fairly decent kit. They either nail it or it's a train wreck. And this one they definitely nailed. So you get the 3 bookmarks. And these are 14 count Ada, I think. Hold on. Yes. 3 pieces of 14 count Ada with the little bookmark scallopy edge. Really nice there. And you get all of the floss you need for all 3 of the bookmarks. And a needle. Specifically a 24 needle, size 24 needle. So I could literally start this project right now while we're talking. And then this is the book, and inside the book it has the useless emotion pattern, the we are in death, and then it basically has, you know, how to cross stitch and some basic how they show their stitches, because some of them are 3/4 stitches. Doesn't look like these have any. I know the Dune bookshelf one has a couple of 3/4 stitches, but this one doesn't appear to have anyone. But so you get the whole booklet with all the patterns, so you can stitch them as many times as you want, but you do get the floss and the fabric to stitch at least one. And now I'm going to try and put all this back in here. And then we can go on to everything else that I've got for today. Which isn't very much. It's probably going to be another short one, even though I waited almost a full week to come back at you. I thought, very wrongly, that I would have a finish to show off. I don't. I do not. And we'll get into why I do not in a minute. Okay. And I just put everything except for the needle minder in this. The bag is in here too. I will argue with the bag later. I will find somewhere to put it. Alright. So I'm still at pretty much the same spot for the My Body, My Choice pattern. I have not made any progress on this week, but I have found the 2 flosses that I'm going to use for it, so I will show those. So this is the fabric, and that is the top of the first letter. And are you hiding? Yes. So I'm stitching all of the words in this. It's called Naughty. It's by Live and Die LA from like last year or the year before. I only have about 10 yards of this, and it's something a little nicer than just basic black. I think I have chalkboard around here somewhere too, also from Live and Die. No idea where it's at. And then for the designs, I'm going to do it in Haunted Mansion, because I don't have a single like thing of floss that's 100 yards, and this pattern calls for 100 yards. And when I look at big patterns like samplers, or like ink circle patterns, especially ink circle patterns. And a lot of the like ones that are usually set to be just monochrome, I don't look at them and go, oh, that would look so great in monochrome. I look at them and go, I bet that would look really cool with variegated floss. That is probably a me thing. That is almost 100% a me thing. I love using variegated floss for everything. I love colors as much as my wardrobe does not dictate that. I just wear a lot of black. Alright, so this was supposed to be my finish. It is not finished. This is the Halloween in the Round by JBW Designs. And I grabbed this one because I figured, okay, it'll be a quick stitch and I can get onto some other spooky stuff. You know. No. Let me move maybe over this ways. Okay. I'm using a metal clip hoop. Yeah, Team Messy Back, still, always, and forever. Not on purpose, but, you know. So this is we started with the two crows up here, and a little heart, and then we did the witchy hat, and then I came over here, and I did the owl, and his feet gave me a lot of trouble. And there are probably a couple mess-ups here or there, but, you know, we're doing what we can. Hopefully I will have this finished by next week, if it stops messing up on me. That owl took me the better part of 2.5 hours, and part of it was the floss. The floss was fighting me really, really hard, and I'm like, this is good floss. This is the Gentle Art Burnt Orange. So it's not like it's bad floss. It's not like I'm using, you know, like, you know, the cheap Amazon floss. No, I'm using good floss, and it's still giving me a really hard time. But I just watched a TikTok about somebody who was using a type of thread conditioner, which is what this is. I've got another one around here somewhere that is shaped like a bee. But I grabbed this one too, or someone handed me this one. Both are options. But she showed me how to use thread conditioner because she was talking about one she had gotten from a store called the Snuggly Monkey, which is also an Etsy shop, and I ordered from the Snuggly Monkey Etsy a couple times now, and they're great. I love them. But she had picked up a thread conditioner while she was there, when she went to their physical store, and then she showed us how, like, she was using the thread conditioner, and I'm like, that looks like it's going to make my life a lot easier, especially with my current project. So we're just going to take my little beeswax thread conditioner. I'm going to drop it in. Still using this as a project bag. It's small, it's tiny, but that project is tiny, so works just fine. Alright. And then the only other one that I really worked on this week, I think, was this one, which is currently not on the hoop, which gives me the ability to show you more of it. So I actually got quite a bit of work done on this one this week. Where was I? Where the heck was I? I was somewhere. I don't remember where. Or I think I was home, but I started, and when I started I was on the U, and by the time I finished that night I was all the way up in here. And I've already started going into whatever that word is. We will find out, because I actually just found the front of the pattern. This is the one that would be done in black, on black fabric with white floss. I'm obviously doing the one in black floss, but it looks the same. So I am already kicking into the R for future, and then I'll probably go back down and do the hand. I'll come up, undo all the words, and then I'll go back down and do the hand. And then I'll probably do all the back stitching afterwards. But yeah, so I got very far on this guy. Other things that I did this week, Saturday, one of the reasons that I didn't film was because I was doing a orientation for the Rhode Island Parrot Rescue, which is what it says. It's a rescue for parrots and all types of parrots. So we're talking everything from budgies or parakeets to cockatiels, which are in the parrot family, to conures, also in the parrot family, and then you get all the way up into the big ones. So you've got your Quakers, you've got your macaws, your cockatoos, things of that nature. The big ones. They have a gorgeous, like 40-year-old hyacinth macaw, which is pretty much just blue with a little bit of yellow in the eye area. Sometimes they'll have a couple yellow accentation feathers. Unfortunately, he has a lot of health problems. He's almost blind, but he is gorgeous. So I did my orientation there, and I've got to get back to them via email about what my availability is so that I can go volunteer there a couple days, a month. And this is, I'm not going to try and volunteer like more than like 2 times a month, just because I'm going to start working soon. I start on September 6th, according, assuming my background check and everything else goes okay. I've got my email out to the reference emails have gone out to the 3 people that I sent them to. And I worked with one of the people last night. I'm working with another person tonight on how to fill that out. And one thing that I am going to do is I'm going to check here and make sure. Again, I have not updated my daily stitch tracker for crap. This may not be the most useful thing for me. This guy, however, I have been updating. And I remember back in February, I believe it was embroidery.com. They do it in February and they do it in October. And they do basically 30 days of stitching, and if you do all 30 days or 28 days or whatever days, you do the month long of stitching, then you get a needle minder. And in February it was Love to Stitch, and in October it's usually something spooky. So I will try that again this October. But when I was doing it in February, you basically got 4 skips. So if you couldn't stitch one day, that was fine. You got 4 skips. So I'm trying to stitch every day this month, and I'm keeping myself to that same 4 skip kind of a pattern. And so I have stitched, what's today? I didn't mark what I stitched yesterday, which I'll do that later tonight. I think I stitched I stitched a solid hour last night, but it was basically just frogging and restitching the same 5 stitches for the better part of an hour. Super fun. Super fun. So I'll fill that in tonight when I start stitching again. And tonight I'll probably stitch on my wolf printed, because that one is the easiest for me to stitch on when it's game night. Because when it's game night, it's hard for me to count and stitch, because I'm already doing math for D&D anyway. One thing I did do is I looked ahead a little bit, and in October, oh, it's before October, okay. So That's the cover page for October, and again, this is the Black Needle Society Stitching Planner and Journal. And apparently, they have a 13 stitches of Halloween. And each year, Athena from the BNS team hosts a Halloween stitching challenge. Join us this October as we stitch on 13 Halloween and autumn-inspired projects. Use this tracker sheet to plan your projects and keep track of your progress. And I already have 11 listed. I'd like to say I don't have a problem with Halloween patterns. I'm pretty sure that's a lie right now. So I have it listed that I'm going to stitch Le Phantom from JBW, Haunted Happenings from Autumn Lane, because I already have the fabric, and I think the floss. I don't think I have the floss for that. I don't remember. I might not, but it only requires like 2 or 3 things of floss. So I already have it. I'm not a huge fan of Autumn Lane anymore because they've done some not cool stuff, but I got it before all that stuff went down. It's already in my possession. Might as well use it. Will I buy any more from them? Probably not. Haunted Library by Lola Crow. Yes, I did buy the Stitch Along. I have not even looked at the required materials yet. Not even gonna lie. Hocus Pocus from the Prairie Schooler that I got from StitchCon. Sleepy Hollow, which is Hello by Liz Matthews, that I got from StitchCon. Haunted Stitches by Stacey Nash Primitives, also from StitchCon. Oh, there's a theme. Crow's Corner by Scarlet House, also from StitchCon. Quaker Moon, I don't believe I've shown. That's from Bent Creek, and I got that from the Discord server, from the Cross Stitch Discord server. In fact, I already have the fabric and the button that it requires. Then I'm going to do the Ornate Halloween Sampler by Night Spirit Studios and Summon Spirits by Night Spirit Studios, just because I already have both of those patterns, and I also have Harvest Moon by Mill Hill. I think I've got 80% of them in here. So we're going to go through them really quick. So this is my pattern storage for my printed patterns. Yeah, I'm probably going to need a bigger one soon. That's not the point here. Alright. I might change the Harvest Moon to the Bewitching Pumpkin. I haven't decided yet. Let me see if I can get into the area. Okay. So this is Harvest Moon. So this is one of the ones that I'll be doing for the 13 stitch along. This I will eventually send to my brother. Although it is fall themed, I don't think I'm going to pin it, do it for this one. Let's see. So we're doing Crow's Corner. Let's just call these out in order, shall we? Alright, so we're doing Le Fantôme. We are doing Haunted Happenings, which is over here. I think it's in this one. It's actually called Hallows Eve Haunting. Oh, and I do have the thread for it. That's probably why I chose to get it. To do it. So, I got this in last year's Halloween box from Live and Die LA, along with the fluffing, gorgeous fabric to go with it. So, we're doing Hallows Eve Hauntings. Why I keep calling it I know why I call it Haunted Happenings. Why do I call it Haunted Happenings? Because I live in New England. And in New England, specifically up in Salem, Massachusetts, they have a big Halloween thing that happens every year. And it's called Haunted Happenings. Because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be called Haunted Happenings? And so, it's called Haunted Happenings. And that's why I keep calling Hallows Eve Haunted Happenings. In fact, I have a hoodie that says Haunted Happenings. Okay, Haunted Library I can't show you because I don't have that thing printed out yet. Hocus Pocus. Wrong one. Try harder, Robin. Whee! So this is Hocus Pocus by the Prairie Schooler. We're going to be doing that one. We're also doing Sleepy Hollow by Hello from Lois Matthews. Then we're doing Haunted Stitches from Stacy Nash Primitives, which is my needle book. Then we're doing Crow's Corner. Then we're doing Quaker Moon, which I stuck my finger into bookmark. So, Quaker Moon, which is this adorable little thing with a little owl, and I have the button that goes in it. The button goes right there. I've never attached a button to a project before, just like I've never done beading with Mill Hill kits before. Is what it is. Okay, and then the other two I think are right here. Yes. Okay. Back when I had a functioning printer. The number of times that I actually have a functioning printer at home are slim and very few far between. Alright, so we've got Please Don't Summon Spirits in the Bathroom. And again, the Ornate Halloween Sampler. Now this actually has, like, I think 3 colors. Two. It has 720 and 925. Sorry, 720 and 975. So Orange Spice Dark and Golden Brown Dark. And I'm still thinking about getting some orange variegated and going to town. And then this one I believe is just 310. No, it is not. This requires 4 colors, which is 310, 2, 413, and 3, and some back stitching. Yeah, the Ghosty Boo actually has some colors around him. So those are the 11 out of 13 projects that I have planned for Halloween. Okay, so this goes there for P, and the other one goes there for O, and this goes in there for Q. You get to watch me fail at the alphabet. It's great. So those are the 11 out of the 13. I am 100% sure that I can find 2 more, if I don't already have them. Back on the H's. You're going to be in the F's. I just put this one in this bag, and I'm not ready to start it yet. So we're just going to take it right back out, and that's E for Enchanted Moon. Okay. So those are the 11 patterns that I'm doing. I guarantee you that there's something coming out of Needlework Expo that I can pick up and do really quickly. In fact, about 80% of what's come out of, I won't say 80%, I will say that there's solidly 12 or 15 patterns that have come out of Needlework Expo so far that I already want to buy, and my wallet's already telling me no. I think it actually kicks off in like 10 days or so when it actually opens up and you can buy stuff. But if you hit Instagram and type in Needlework Expo as a hashtag, you will find a whole bunch of stuff. Blue Flower, who did my Moonlit sampler from Needlework Expo last year, has some more good stuff. I've seen a couple of, I think it's Boutini patterns that I want. After that, it was Tiny Modernist, which I hadn't seen any Tiny Modernist until like last night, and then I was like, well, there went my paycheck, and I haven't even gotten it yet. It's been a thing. It's been a thing. Every time I look, I've been looking in the Live and Die LA group, but I also browse Instagram every once in a while. Browsing Instagram is just a pain for me. Not specifically for any reason, just I'm not a big Instagram person. Should I be? Yeah, probably. However, I am not. So I'm doing what I can, and Live and Die LA has a post up in their group. And they have been posting all of the things. Am I going to sit here and put this together just for Haunted Happenings because I can? Yes. This was the Halloween thread keep that I got from StitchCon. Like I said, we're spooky over here. Spooky is a lifestyle. I like to consider this home decor shopping season, typically. And I mean, that's pretty much about it. Went to the pool yesterday. Took a project, didn't get a chance to stitch on it, just sat there and enjoyed time at the pool, and did not think for 2 seconds about stitching. But I also had some friends there with me at the pool, which doesn't always happen. I'm trying to get these things ready to put on the thread keeps, the floss drops, which may or may not go as planned. This is just something to keep my hands busy so I can keep talking. So that's what I've been working on. I will probably do a little bit of work right now on My Body, My Choice because I have the ability to. And then later tonight I will probably switch over to my Wolf pre-printed, because again, I'd still love to get that thing finished by Christmas. Having it finished by Yule would be nice. Oh god, these are right-handed scissors. I'm like, I just got these scissors. How are they not cutting anything? They're fine. They're just for right-handed people. I am very well aware that everybody says that you should have 18 inches of floss. I ignore that. I measure with my heart. That is way too much. Put that down. So, I will probably be getting Haunted Happenings on Hallows Eve Hauntings. Lords have mercy. I'll be getting this fully kitted up. I already have the floss, so I'm just going to get it on little thread keeps, get that ready to go. That way come October, I can just start stitching with the Black Needle Society crew. Why do skeins always tangle? I don't understand. Yeah, that's a little longer than his friends, but that's fine. So, hopefully, next week, I will have a finish, and probably at least one new start. I would like to maybe start Haunted Library before October. Because it just says I have to stitch on them in October. It doesn't say that I have to only stitch on them in October. So I could have started them before October, and I'm just using October to finish them. So that's what we're going to do with that. But yeah, I think that's it for this. Because, like I said, yeah. So keep your eyes out for Needlework Expo. And then find either your local needlework shop or your favorite online retailer. And a lot of them will have the Needlework Expo exclusives. Like I said, Blue Flower was already coming for my wallet. Tiny Modernist also coming for my wallet. Oh, who was the one that I found last night? I think it's called the Primitive Hare. Now, like I said, until I went to StitchCon and got those primitive patterns, I don't typically stitch primitive patterns. It's not my vibe. The Primitive Hare, which is a designer, came out with a Practical Magic pattern. Practical Magic, one of my favorite movies of all time. Can quote this thing line for line. Like, I can put it in the DVD player, literally start it as soon as it goes, and just keep going. Just keep going. I will listen to that soundtrack on repeat frequently. It is definitely a comfort movie, and I'm actually shocked that it is not within arm's reach of me right now, because I typically keep it right here so that I can always get it when I need to watch my comfort movie. That may be because I found it on Netflix or Hulu, one of the two, and so I'm like, okay, I don't need to keep it as tight anymore. I can let it go a little bit. But so, Practical Magic sampler from the Primitive Hare, and then Poutini had a couple super cute patterns. I'm just waiting for it to end to see how bad the bill is, and then I'll probably work with either Live and Die LA or probably Garon Stitchery, because Garon, I haven't placed an order with them yet, but I met them at StitchCon and they're super, super sweet. And I know they're getting some of the Needlework Expo stuff too, so I'll probably split my order up into two so that I can support two different people. because that seems to be the nicest thing for me, is to support two businesses. That is the goal. But other than that, I'll try and keep the frog at my house because he's currently living here. And hopefully he won't find you. I hope you have a good week and happy stitching, and we'll talk to you soon.